another scary Sunday. And today, I'm gonna tell you one story. The story is called It Came from the Forest. And as always, if you enjoyed this type of content, drop a comment down below and tell me what story you want to hear about next. I've got plenty lined up for this. And also, go ahead and check out my newest rap video. Hope you guys will like it. It's my first attempt to do something editing. But without further ado, strap in for another scary Sunday. Hope you guys are ready. I swear, no one's here right now. That's kind of weird. Usually when I do scary Sundays, people start showing up. But I guess, people can watch this back if they wanted to. Anyways, it came from the forest. So it started like any other regular day. I was going out exploring with my friends. We just got into their car and we drove a good while. And this was a couple years back. Now, I did not decide to record anything on camera because at that time I wasn't a YouTuber, but my friend was, and I'm not sure where that video went. From what he's told me when I was recording this video, is that he told me the footage is lost. He's not able to find it. Anyways, they're not pressuring him on about it. So we were walking along this forest, and my friend's like, hey, I know about this creepy old abandoned well. You want to go over there and look at it? And I'm like, sure, that would be fun. So we did the stupidest thing any teenager could do. We waited until it was sundown, and then we snuck out, all four of us, to that part of the forest where we can walk through this little bit of undergrowth and get to this well and check it out. Now this well has been drained, so there's no water in it. It's just like a giant hole. So we brought every sort of equipment we can. Flashlights, extra batteries, cameras, infrared, anything that could help us survive if we run into some wild animal down here. So yeah, as we started slowly descending the well, because there were ladders on the side of it, one of my friends, his name is Jake, says, hey guys, what's up? Guys, I think I hear something down the well. And I'm like, there's no way. This well has probably been here for ages. Anything that's got down there could not have possibly survived. There's no water, there's no food. How could something be down there? So we're just like, okay, let's just ignore it. It's probably nothing. So we all went down that well. And at the bottom, we shine our flashlights and we look down and there's like a tunnel that's going this way. And we didn't notice that was a tunnel actually going down. It was just there. So we were looking at it. And then suddenly from inside the tunnel, somewhere my flashlight couldn't see, we heard tapping noises, like if someone's doing this up against a rock wall. We all just stood there frozen. We're like, okay, something's down here. Maybe an animal that fell in the well recently. But then we look at it. It's a good 10 feet down. I'm like, if an animal did fall down here, how could it have survived? Is it dark outside for you? Yes, it is. Let me turn off the lights and let you guys see. Yeah, it's pretty dark outside for me. Anyways, so we're like, okay, we gotta look at this thing, we gotta figure it out, let's see what it is. It's probably nothing dangerous. So, with the only person with a camera, we ventured down with the GoPro that one of my friends had, and we started filming, and I was aiming my flashlight like this the entire time, waiting for some just creepy thing to jump out. We kept walking, we kept hearing tapping, and it's always in succession like this. By the way, Spoon VR, shout out to you. Anyways, as we got closer, we heard it started doing more taps. And then all of a sudden, as we took a step, the tapping just stopped and the entire wall just went silent. You by yourself, I don't know what that means. Anyways, so we stood there and we tried to listen for any more sounds that was coming in, and we could not hear a single thing. And I'm still shining my flashlight down the tunnel. We can still not see it. And then this is one thing I regretted ever doing. I murmured to one of my friends, yo, you wanna like give a shout in there and see who responds? If it's like an animal or something? So my friend, being the non-chicken it is, he went as loud as he can. Is anyone down there? And it just echoed through the tunnel. Then we stood there and waited. And then about a good like 5 minutes later, we heard what sounded like something between a coyote scream mixed with a human scream. It got louder and louder, and we're like, okay, some rabid animals out here. This is probably some animals home. We should probably get the f out of here. So we all started backtracking, but I'm still got my flashlight trained onto the tunnel. And from around the corner, I just see this like thing that starts like making its way towards us. And I'm like, guys, there's a thing down there. And they all whoop around with their cameras. And this thing just stops. And I'm like, oh God, are we going to die right now? Because I'm looking at this animal or whatever this is. It looks like some sort of oversized like coyote or something. It's like black. It's got like red eyes. It's got like, ears. It's on all fours. And this thing just started growling at us like it's some sort of animal. If you guys know what anything that is, just please tell me. Anyways, and I'm just here staring at this thing with my lights trained on it. And then it started like crawling towards us in like a sort of a weird way. You know how animals walk like casually? This thing was like, okay, pretend I'm an animal, okay? Animals walk like this. This thing's like bent down like this, and it's like crawling towards us. And I'm like, oh God. So yeah, that was scary. So my guys, this thing is crawling towards us. I don't think it's mentally well. We should just get the heck out of here. My friend's like, no. Let's see what it does. So we're just still there, paralyzed with fear, and we slowly start backing up because this thing gets real close. Then it raises itself up onto all fours as tall as it can go, and it looks me straight in the eyes, and I'm still shining this flashlight at it like this, and I just like went like this. So I grabbed the flashlight like I'm gonna hit it, and I put it like this. And this animal, I don't know what it's trying to do at this point, but it just starts like oh my gosh, the way this animal moved, it wasn't like any animal I've seen before. This thing just starts like scooting itself closer and closer to us. So I said, bro, guys, we gotta get out of here. This is something's gonna happen if we don't get out of here. So we all decided it was a good idea to turn around and go. But before we do that, I said one of us needs to keep an eye on this thing. So we started taking turns, slowly getting away because this is a story in real life that I met this weird creature in this well. Anyways, if you guys know anything about creepy animals or wild animals, is that if an animal is brave enough to start stalking you, it's not a good idea just to start bolting because it's gonna think you're prey. So we took turns, holding up a flashlight and training on the animal, make sure not to lose contact. Then we hear from behind the animal, there's another sound. So I raised my flashlight up just a little bit to look behind, and there's like another thing. I couldn't tell what it was. There was this like other thing that's in the back. I'm trying to look at it, but also keep on the animal. I couldn't see what it is. So I'm like, okay, guys, there's another thing back there. We should probably get the heck out of here as soon as possible. So we all decided, okay, let's speed up our pace a little bit, quick, pick it up. And we just freaking started shuffling our way to the thing. And then we finally got to the ladders. I'm like, okay, we have to make a decision here. Who's gonna climb out this ladder last? We did a little odds or evens. And just so happened with my terrible luck, I was picked to come out last. So as I turned my flashlight on this weird animal thing, and people started going up, they're like, hey, it's your turn. I'm like, okay, can one of you guys come down the ladder and like meet halfway and take the flashlight and aim it at this thing? Because I feel like it's gonna start chasing me once I climb up. They're like, sure, no worries, got you. So Jake lowered himself down a few steps. I handed the flashlight to him on, and he trained as best as he can while holding onto that like this. He was doing this at this point. So then I started climbing out, he started climbing out. This animal got to the bottom of the ladder, and while he was looking forward, he went. Like, I need you guys to tell me. I don't think any animal can bend their neck that far back. He's on all fours, and he bends his neck like straight up and looks at us. And he starts growling. And I just got a good look at this animal. It's like full size. He's like a good 7 feet in like length. And he's got this like wolfish, coyote-ish face. He's got this snout in the ears and this red eyes. So I did a search on the internet of what animal 7 feet length with like, yeah, it's a night, it's good though. So I go on the like internet afterwards and I search up animal 7 feet, red eyes, like stuff. And I found that the closest thing to an animal with 7 feet is like it's like this fox hybrid thing. And I'm saying 7 feet is like a tiger's length. So that wasn't near the experience. But that's not the scary part of this video. The scary part is yet to come. So the next day we decided to go back into the well and see if what we saw was just a hallucination of the shadows, or I'm going crazy, or it's something else. And the next day I went there, we saw police tape like corning off this wall, and there was an officer there. And we asked the officer, hey, what happened? He's like, you guys are not supposed to be here. There's something off about this well. We found something in this well. And for viewers' discretion as advised, what I'm about to explain is very graphic. If you cannot handle blood, gore, or anything like that, I suggest you click off the stream now. If you can, get ready. It's about to get dark. Okay, so in detail, the officer said we received a case about a missing person that was last seen around these woods. And we found bits of his clothing and his backpack near this well. So we went down there and we hiked the entire way out of the well. And near the back, like 5 minutes in, we find this guy. Obviously, dead. Yes, I'm telling scary stories. And okay, this is the part where it gets graphic and really, really disgusting. It seemed like this guy has been crushed and then pulled from both sides of his face and ripped down the metal. Like if you were to take someone's mouth and rip it down the freaking, like their entire section, it seems like there's been gnawing on his legs and his like arm. His head was badly beaten and bashed in, and his entire body was just like mutilated. There was like blood and pieces of flesh and everything just everywhere. And then that sparked a little thing in my mind. I'm like, that day when we went out the well, I saw something moving back there. And I couldn't tell what it was, but could it have been the person that went missing? So I gave a rough description of what me and my friends saw in the well. And we said we saw this like 7 foot long coyote looking thing. And they said when they went in the well, they explored the entire well and there was no 7 foot coyote thing. But they did find tracks of an unidentified animal. It was like a paw print, but it was bigger than any animal that is known to science that lives in that area. So, what the scientists and the investigators have concluded is that this guy probably, I don't know, fell in this well and beat himself really badly on the way, and then the wild animals dragged him there, consumed him partially, and then left the well or somehow got out of the well, and that was the end of the story. But me and my friends didn't buy it because we know what we saw. So to this day, I still wonder, what would have happened if we didn't decide to get out of the well? Will we met a similar fate? Or would this just be another story for another time? Alright, you guys want a bonus story? This was like a few years ago, man. This is pretty recent though. It's more recent than my other Scary Sundays. Anyways, here's a bonus story for you guys. This one isn't really scary, it's just strange how this happened. So, let's go back a few days. This just happened a few days ago. I was walking out near Killer's Tree, which is this tree that was split down the middle by some insane force. It's just huge, two huge trees now. I was walking near Killer's tree, and I was like looking for things to film for my new horror film called Out of the Forest. I'm working on something like that, and I come across this thing. There's a cross on the ground made of sticks, and there was a piece of paper that says "In memory of Jonah," and I'm like, okay, probably it's a grave. And I look around, I'm like, there's no really indentation there was a grave here. It's just a cross, and the message said "In memory of Jonah." And then I look around and I see there's this patch of dirt that seems to be disturbed. It's like the size of a hamster. So I'm like, okay, it's probably someone's pet. Let me just leave it there because I don't want to disturb any peace. And let me just keep going. So I keep filming. I'm grabbing my little GoPro with the stand here. I'm filming like different shots here and there. I'm grabbing my phone. I'm filming different shots here and there. Doing some B-roll. Doing some narrative. Then I'm like, okay, the sun's getting down. The horror film is done. It'll be released once it's edited. Let me just, go back home. So on the way back, I'm like, there's that grave thing, right? Let me go check it out. Maybe that'll be pretty interesting for a little short. And I'll put like "In memory of Jonah" or something. And I go back there. And the first thing I realized is that the grave, there's something wrong with it. Okay, it didn't look like a normal grave. Because when I first took a glance at it, it looked kind of strange, but I didn't say anything about it. But then I take a closer look at it. It didn't look like a grave. It looked more like I don't know, someone's trying to bury something. The dirt hill was like bulging. Like someone just put something there and they put dirt over it. It's not really like dug a hole or anything. You all heard that, right? Someone's ringing a bell out there. It's like freaking. It's like 8 o'clock, bro. Someone's ringing a bell in the pitch black. Look at this. Look at this thing. Look how dark it is out there. These can't be real, bro. Tell me, bro. There's a forest like near my house. Anything can be real in a forest. So I'm like, okay, maybe it's not a grave. Maybe it's something else. And then I look at the. You like the music? If you guys want to know the music, I'll leave a comment down below what the music is, and after the videos, I'll show you guys what the music I used. No, the music didn't have that. It was from outside. Anyways. So. This thing. Okay, and then I look around and I see any other thing. There's like anything that's, that could be identifying what this is. And I'm looking around it. I see the cross. I see the message. Then to a thing I haven't realized is tucked up behind the rock. And I see this handwritten note. I don't think I have the note anymore because it was pretty disturbing. And it's in like this language I've never seen before. It's not Spanish and it's not like French or like Mandarin. It's just another language. So I went home and tried to type some of the stuff in, and I realized it's actually a language, some form of Portuguese. And I wrote, "In dear memory of Jonah, my beloved friend and the one I had, to die so soon, but it was sad. Hope this note reads you well, as your parts are scattered about. In memory of Jonah, I'm sorry. I didn't know why I did it." And I'm like, okay, this seems like a murder case. First, they talked about "In memory of Jonah." Then he said he was sorry for what he did. Then he says parts scattered about. So I'm like, okay, maybe it's a murder case or something. So I didn't want to do much about it. So, I did the thing called reporting to the police because it looks really suspicious and it was sus, and I just didn't want to deal with it. Hello. Anyways, so as I'm like doing this, right now, this video, I still haven't heard anything back from the police. They haven't done an investigation. I checked earlier today. The grave is gone. The stuff is gone. The note is gone. I don't have anything that's like representing of that. If you guys want me just to film a raw piece of footage of me spending time in that forest, leave a comment down below and I'll definitely do that and show you guys what the killing tree is. And you guys tell me what you think to split this tree down the middle. Because it's a pretty big tree. But anyways, yeah, that was strange. Oh, what I'm talking about? I'm saying a scary story. This is what I do. Anyways, so tell me what you guys think. Do you guys like the scary storytellings? Should I do this every week, every other week, every once a month or something? Anything? Like, should I do like other people's stories or my own stories? Or what do you prefer? Yeah, it's cool you love them. Should I do this every week, every other week, every Sunday? Should I make a series out of these? Just like telling one story at a time? And then just like, go on from there. Anyways, that's the end of the stories today. And now to this Spoon guy's request, Spoon VR, music I was using in this video. Something Sinister is the opening music. The first story is made of, I'll read the title. Sinister, dark, ambient background music, Dark Rage. Ambient background music, Cicada 3301. A dark myth, dark haunting music, and then dark ambient music, My Sins Alone Will Take the Dead. Yeah, I'm just reading the titles of the music that you wanted. This is all the titles of the music. Anyways, so yeah, that's the end of the Scary Sunday of this week. There'll be another one coming out soon, next week, and you guys want to stay tuned for this one. Because next Scary Sunday is a story that I'm all too familiar with, because it just recently happened. It's called Look Into the Fire. Anyways, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I don't really say that often. Subscribe if you want, I don't care. But I hope you guys have a wonderful day of your rest of the night. Sleep well. Hopefully I didn't scare you too much. Hopefully you're still going to sleep after these scary stories. But I think my scary stories are tuned down a bit more. If you guys want like the full graphic, like nationality of the stories that I have to tell, because there's some pretty graphic ones that might violate YouTube guidelines, tell me you guys want to hear those ones. Bro, I'm sorry if I scared you and you ain't sleeping, but try to get some sleep, maybe watch a few funny videos before you go to sleep. Try to get my haunting stories out of your mind. Anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I'm signing off. Peace.